Hey guys, welcome back to Cruising Through China, where I'm dedicated to showing you what China is like on the ground instead of just telling you so you can decide for yourself. And today we are having a beer. And as you can see, we are at this small beer shop, and there's quite a few different fruit flavors as well as regular wheat beer flavors. And so, first, I want to talk a little bit about this shop. First of all, this shop looks very similar to something you would see such as a milk tea shop. And that really transforms the way that this beer shop comes off of. Beer has become very popular in China recently because beer is not something that was always, drunk in China. But now they are commodifying it into a different way. So we can see they have pretty reasonable prices for a cup of beer, and they have the different ABV alcohol levels from about 3% to 3.7%. And we're actually just trying a few flavors now, which they're giving us samples for. And we tried a couple of different fruit flavors, such as lemon, passion fruit, and the cherry. So we decided to get a cup of the lemon flavored Xiao Mai or beer. And the reason why I wanted to try this is because it looked so new and so different the way that they marketed this beer. And I was like, I need to make a video about this because people might find this interesting. Notice how I am scanning my WeChat QR code to pay for this beer. And that's pretty much with everything in China. You just a quick scan and you can get your service or whatever you're buying. So let's take a look at this store. They, of course, have some videos playing up top. They have some very cute and decorative marketing style. That is just what works in China for some reason. Everything is cute, everything is made for the customer to feel comfortable getting drunk on a weekday, which does happen in China, surprisingly. And so it's very weird that everything is cute for something that's alcoholic. Look at how this girl is wrapping up my beer. She actually put a paper on top of it and a lid, a plastic lid as well, and this travel bag, which is popular with milk tea and a straw. Okay, of course I'm not going to be drinking my beer with any of these things on them, but this is how they wrap up a beer like this. Can you believe that? And my travel beer is all ready to go. And just for your information, drinking in public is allowed and legal in China. I think this is so interesting. And here is the storefront. It's literally on the road where other restaurants are, right out in the open, where anybody can just come and buy a beer if they want. And so now for the moment of truth. How is the beer? So this is marketed as a wheat lemon shandy type of flavor, 3.7%, and it does taste quite nice. And I am just out here in a shopping area, restaurant area around dinner time, just with a beer in my hand, and we're just gonna go for a walk and see how everything is. This is me just literally having a beer. So that's about as much as I wanted to show you. The rest of this video is just me taking a walk. And if you'd like to see what's going on in this place during dinner time, then stay tuned. So as you can see, restaurants are getting a little bit busier during dinner time, and I'm still here walking around with this beer. The flavor is quite nice. I should add that I'm not a big drinker, or at least anymore, and so this beer is kind of just a treat, and also just really just out of pure curiosity from seeing that store on the street. And so the way that it works in China is employees of restaurants will just try to yell at you to come eat there, and depending on your mood, sometimes it works. So as you can see, I'm about halfway done with my beer and we're still walking around. We're actually walking around here before we are going to get dinner because the place that we want to get dinner is actually packed, so we have to wait for our time to be called. And we can see a lot of people are out. I should mention that eating out is a quite frequent thing that most Chinese people do nowadays, especially because a lot of their working schedules mean that they are eating out instead of going home to eat. And so we decided to visit this bakery bread shop that's very popular in China. It's called Holy Land or Holy Lai in Chinese. And so we were looking for this specific chocolate pastry cake kind of. It's one of those chocolate ganache cakes, and I really wanted to try it, and my girlfriend wants to try it too, but it seems like they were out at this time. But as you can see, they have a lot of different varieties for cakes. They have an Oreo cake and a lot of different kinds of cheesecake, ganache cake, bread cakes, anything you could really want. Right here, they actually have the matcha version of the chocolate ganache cake, so it's like a matcha ganache. But I wasn't really into that. I didn't really want to try that one at this time. But there's a lot of bread here. You can buy custom made cakes for your birthday and a lot of dessert stuff. So this is kind of a normal bakery setting for Chinese people. And I couldn't help myself. I had to get one of these cookies, especially because I'm a little bit tipsy after this beer. So I want to still maintain my good behavior. But as you can see, I could just walk into this store with an open beer cup in my hands, take a sip, take a chug anywhere I want, and it's not a problem in China. Okay, so right over here we have these people selling these bunches of flowers, which has become a very common sight to see in China. And they actually have a very interesting marketing scheme that I've never seen before. So what they've been marketing is that if you can beat them in a game of rock, paper, scissors, then you can get a bunch of flowers for free. But if you lose, then you have to pay 10 yuan for them. So most of the time, these people can acquire these flowers for a much cheaper rate and then resell them to people on the street. This is definitely one of my more casual slices of life videos, but if you still enjoyed this video, if you still enjoyed grabbing a beer with me here in China, if you want to go check out my other videos, check them out, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.